In today's video, I will be giving you a quick review regarding the Stray video game. This game has caused a commotion across the internet and video game circles because it is a different game. It honestly is. It's a different game. Just in case you haven't played it and are interested in playing it and you mind people telling you regarding the video game and the story, spoilers ahead, so you have been warned. Let's get to it. The game begins simple enough. A litter of cats, I'm guessing they're brothers or they portray them as brothers. They are just walking around in an area that looks like a dam. One of them slips, falls, and this is where the adventure of this cat, which I'm going to be referring to as Stray, because they don't actually give it a name. You're going to find out later on why. But this is where the adventure begins, and this is where it starts getting weird. And when I mean weird, I mean weird. Some round-looking little monsters, they just start jumping at you. They start running towards you and jumping at you. And basically what they portray is that they are going to eat the cat. Because if you don't do anything, you will lose a life. When you finally cross that area, you arrive at what looks like an abandoned city. But it's not abandoned. It's populated by robots. The story goes on to meet a little robot called B12. Ironically, B12 is the same name as the company that made this game, B12 Studios. So I see what you did. You did a good job. That's smart. That's smart. I see what you did. The best way I can describe this robot, and as soon as I saw this robot, it automatically reminded me about it. Obviously, I'm going to tell my age a little bit with this. The movie Batteries Not Included. You should be seeing right now a side-by-side picture of both of these characters, the one from Stray and the one from Batteries Not Included, and they are so similar. Again, this is the first thing I thought about when I saw this robot. This robot needs your help. In exchange, it will help you get home. You can see that they form kind of a symbiotic relationship. One depends on the other. Also, you control the cat, but you kind of also control the robot. When you see the game, I'm not going to spoil everything for you. When you play the game, you're going to see what I'm talking about. But you basically control both of them, and that's when you see the cat with a backpack. It's not a backpack. Well, it kind of is a backpack. It has a digital screen on the back. But the little robot sleeps inside when it's not being used. This robot obviously helps you talk with other robots who give you things to do. Once you do those things, and as the story goes along, you come to realize that it's a really, really sad story. The robots used to be humans that got wiped out by the little monsters in order to survive. They pass their consciousness into those robots. So every robot that you see in the game used to be a person, including B12, who is the one that you are carrying around. That's actually when it gets the saddest. Because B12 was kind of not active. I cannot remember right now how it activates. But when it does, there's a lot of gaps in its memory. But once it starts seeing things across the world, it starts to remember slowly, and it gets to realize that he used to be a person. And at that point, it's a really, really sad story. I can't remember, if those little monsters, they do mention something about a pandemic. I don't know if it was specifically that the pandemic started wiping people out, or the pandemic developed into these little monsters. It was something like that. I honestly can't remember. It's been like 2 weeks since I finished the video game. I honestly can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something like that. Every time I played the game, I found myself saying, wow, this is such a boring game. But when I looked, I had been playing for an hour and a half, or maybe 2 hours. So obviously, there is very few games that after an hour and a half to 2 hours you're going to be still be entertained, especially in the case of Stray. Even though it is a short game, I finished it in a weekend, not playing constantly. I played lapses of maybe anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours was the lapse of times that I played randomly during the weekend. It's a short game, but it's slow in the progress, so it makes it feel longer than what it really is. At the end, I was like, wow, this is it. This is the end. When the credits started coming up, I was like, wow, this is the end. That's it. And that's, again, you know, I found myself almost every time saying, wow, this game is boring, but I've been playing it for a while, so it's not. It's actually engaging. You make a connection with the characters because it's such a sad story. And in my opinion, this is why I think that any child that you're considering letting play the game, if they are in their early teens, you might want to be a little bit more careful, because when you're in your early teens, you still have some semblance of innocence, but you still know what it means when the robot realizes that he used to be a human, but he is not a human anymore. And there are no more humans anymore. One of the sad things, and this will be a spoiler, is that by the end, when they meet, they say, oh, let's help each other. Maybe you'll be able to get back home. You don't never see him getting back to the other cats. So it was like a non-ending ending. Maybe they're going to do a different one. The other thing that I wanted to mention is it's using the Unreal Engine 4, and you can start seeing the age of the Unreal Engine system. It doesn't look like a true PS5 game. So again, going back to the opinion of children, be very careful. My recommendation is play it yourself first. And if you like it and you think it's okay for a child, then go ahead and let them play it. But play it for yourself first. You won't regret it. It's a good game. Even as an adult, I was able to appreciate that game. It was a good time. It was a really good time. So 100% recommended. If you like this video, or if you have any comments regarding the game, anything I might have missed, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. While you're down there, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can get notified when we have new videos. Remember, if you have a Google account or YouTube account, Gmail account, you have a YouTube account. Go ahead, sign in, help us grow so we can keep making this content for you. As always, we're available on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and obviously YouTube at J.R. Abrams Tech, so you can stay up to date with the latest news and rumors about tech. Until next time.